Mr. Lokesh. My name is Ram Samini. I'm from Space Angel, and I'm here.
Space Angel.
Yes, Space
Nice.
Angel. I'm here together with my partner, Arjun Sessi, and Jacob. In fact, it's very reassuring to hear that you say no more MOUs. We actually flew from Perth to come and see you. And I'm glad that we are into action on it. But look, myself, I'm from the aerospace sector, and you mentioned Space City.
Yeah.
In fact, I've actually been to SHARC, which is Sriharikota. Meet with Chairman Somnath, who's your advisor now for Andhra Pradesh State. My question is, you said that you're doing things in aerospace, Space City, and so on. And in fact, we've got an MOU with Skyroot as well.
Nice.
We'd like to understand what are the execution aspects that we're looking at in terms of Space City, which are the focus areas. Given you, in your state, you have the spaceport of India in your state. What is your focus? Is it upstream, downstream? What are the areas that you guys are thinking of focusing on?
See, it's the way our approach is end to end. So I'm not looking at taking a position on one thing. So I'm not building a 300-acre launch pad. I'm building a 5,000-acre space city. And that's where Skyroot is coming, and I met the leadership of Skyroot. Amazing leadership, and they are coming and building it out. And they're going to be the anchor of building the entire ecosystem. So from material sciences all the way up to designing, executing on the satellite level is what we want to build capacity in this ecosystem. And that's the approach I'm taking. So, I mean, I understand electronics far better because I'm the Minister for Electronics. So for me, it's not about just getting the display, right? It's about getting the entire ecosystem, including design, including research. And that is what makes it even more exciting for Andhra Pradesh. So that's been our approach. In terms of defense and aviation, in that sense, Raymond's has made a big announcement where they're going to work with a large OEM. I can't name it because I'm under NDA. I don't want to get into trouble and be sued. So the idea is we're going to build that out, work with them, build their ecosystem. I met the leadership of the OEM. I didn't ask them to come down. I said, give me a Rolodex. I said, I want to understand who are all your suppliers. What does it take to build the end product that you do? And who are all your suppliers? I'll go get them. Then you'll have no choice but to come to my state. And that's the approach that I've been taking. So we'll be more than happy to engage and work with you.
Sure, absolutely.
And build this out. Yeah. So the Economic Development Board team is here. The two lovely ladies on your right, and there's two gentlemen on your left. So they'll be here to take follow-up discussion. Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah. So this I think we are running out of time.
You're local. You can get me whenever you want. So.
You have to take one more question before we.
Yeah. Anything on that end? I mean, that's a quiet corner. So.
Yeah.
Please. Thinking corner. Why not?
My name is Sudhir Dalapati. I'm a founder of Rising Boost, a sports startup. Speak about sport in Andhra Pradesh. What specific elements you are looking at, or what's the focus we can do to come to Andhra Pradesh?
Focus as in, can you please define it? I mean, you're saying which sport are we going to focus on, or what is the ecosystem?
Is it a mentoring? Is it infrastructure, or is it development in the sports coming towards Andhra Pradesh? So any particular space you're looking at?
So I met Griffith University, spent considerable amount of time with the leadership there, got a tour. Then I met Populous Architects, who are known for building world-class sporting infrastructure and understood the projects around the world. And now I'm going to Melbourne Cricket Stadium and meeting the Australian Cricket Authority to understand the grassroots movement. So I think if this meetings, I think will give you an idea that we're looking at it again end to end. So unlike my competitors as in my other states, I believe in the power of ecosystem. So now let me look at sports. Let me just sort of break it down. Yes, we are looking at building sports cities of sorts, where you have stadiums, you have grounds, you have convention, you have hotels. And for me it was like, how do we do it? What's the land size? What kind of investments? What are the different models? hybrid annuity, boot, PPP. This is a discussion that I already had. Then I'm working with Griffith on saying, how do we build a rock-solid curriculum? Right? I mean, let's not talk about Olympic gold medals only when there's Olympics, right? We should work towards it. It's not going to happen overnight. So why as a nation we're not doing it? So there's not been a systemic, rigorous approach towards it. So how do we build that? And what's the magic sauce that Griffith has? And the understanding that we have is, now let's start now. Well, because there is sports infrastructure already available. Let's start working while we build, of course, world-class sports infrastructure as we go. So education, the entire ecosystem, infrastructure, and then we are also doing a grassroots movement. So we are doing sports at a very village level to identify talent very early on, who can be nurtured, who can be built on, and then work with them through their education, because it's not exactly that, it's not easy to pursue both a sporting career and an academic excellence. It's a tough balance. So you need to have a curriculum that's very understanding of it. So, if it means that, I can't attend for any exams in the next 3 months because I have certain competitive program coming up, we should be accommodating of it. So as a policymaker, I need to have that kind of an environment. And that's exactly what we are also working on. So it's pretty much end to end. So that's why I keep saying cluster. So I keep getting pushed back saying, no, tell me what's that one thing. That's the wrong approach, in my humble opinion. The power is actually in the cluster. So, after we signed Google's investment of $15 billion, so on the way back, I flew with the Honorable Chief Minister, our Premier, back. 2 hours, his entire direction was, how do you build an ecosystem? His point was very clear, this is just the beginning. This is the seed. But his direction to me was, how do you create a 25x multiplier impact? So for him, look at what he's done to Hyderabad, right? ISB was the seed. Microsoft setting up the first development center outside Seattle was the seed. But we didn't stop there. Look what Hyderabad is today. We are taking that kind of approach, but across 15 sectors. Genome Valley in Hyderabad is another great example of what Mr. Naidu's contribution to the state and the nation is. I mean, we are one of the very few countries to have a domestic vaccine for COVID. I think 4 countries or 5 countries in the world. We are one of them. And that is an Hyderabad company. The vaccine was discovered, manufactured in Genome Valley. Right? I mean, but the foundations were laid in the late 90s. And Mr. Yella came to meet Mr. Naidu about his trying to set up Bharat Biotech, but then they got about with this idea of doing a Genome Valley. And Krishna Yella actually played a very, very important role in the vision of doing Genome Valley. That's the power of a cluster. So it was not about one Bharat Biotech, but it was about building the entire ecosystem, the cluster. But I think we've learned a lot. As a political establishment, we've learned a lot. As a state, we've learned a lot. So now we are really focused on this vertical and horizontal integration. Every speech of mine, every meeting of mine, you'll hear this again and again, vertical and horizontal integration, because I truly believe in it.